we're just gonna skip around because I wrote notes. Here.
Moving to road. Halt out.
Sombra on point?
Good. Keep on the force.
Yeah.
I'm reloading. Someone's
Stay where you are,
wandering.
do some testing.
Sombra went
Halt
back.
out.
Okay, Zarya doesn't have bubble, but that we'll make a point later.
Fucking Tracer.
Okay, so actually, we haven't seen it yet.
Mercy
Didn't
in the
heal?
point.
No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, okay, right here. So you don't need to be playing right here. You could be playing back of point. You can get from the back, left or right corner with a full fly to your bastion, or you could even get up to star right here. I have no idea what our Mercy is doing. They're basically just feeding. But you have to be, as D.Va, have to be very considerate of, well, Beetle does too, but less so if he's playing with adaptive shields. But you are a very big ult charge battery for the enemy team. And so here, the Sombra and the Zarya are win cons for the enemy team. And so you need to not charge their ults. And so and we see this on King's Row too, where you sort of 1v1 a Sombra and you get 20% ult charge out of it and she gets 25. And I think we both know which ult is a little better and a little more game changing. So that trade is not good. Here, the Zarya gets like, what, 5, maybe 10% charge off you. She's not very high charge here. But if you're just playing back left of point or back right of point, you can still do everything that you're supposed to be doing here, as well as not feeding the Zarya ult. Minute forward-ish.
Stay with Bastion.
Got my field here.
Okay, so with the space here that you made of the bomb, you could have remeched on point. This probably would have saved us the tick here because you got a person with the bomb, I believe.
Hog.
Yeah, you got bomb. Same thing. But they did get a tick. So if you remeched on point at over here, I really hope you can see my mouse, else I'm just saying here. If you remeched here, you would be fine because they can't shoot you. And so I would say if you ever throw a bomb and the objective is being contested, it's okay dying on it, even if you're trying to remech. That's just unlucky if they don't get it. Maybe like put your back against a wall and remech. But if you remeched on point, that would have been decent. Yeah, also, the space you made with the bomb basically guarantees you, because the bomb went basically right here, right? So it has sightline. As long as you have sightlines on the bomb, one of the cool things with D.Va Bomb is if you run after your bomb or like remech, or basically stand on top of your bomb, no one's going to really shoot you because they're scared of the bomb, or they're scared of insta-death, basically. So they're not going to shoot you if you're on top of the bomb. And so you could just find cover like here or here and sort of just remech there and not give them the tick because you're contesting the whole time. And plus the Bastion is making space for you because I would say all of this area, I didn't mean it Windows, I'm sorry. All of this area is basically free space because the Bastion is sitting right here, even though they don't have a shield, doesn't really matter, but they just have this sight line, and so will destroy anyone who attempts to kill you. 25:43. No? Yeah.
Oh, Lucille's wand.
Okay, so here, oh wow, I can really just think about what I'm gonna say. You can be scouting. Actually, what did you do for the last 10 seconds? Let's see.
Call where they're coming from if you see them.
Okay,
I'm touching
this isn't
on
bad.
my side.
Yeah. So you were trying to scout. That's good. I was gonna say you could be on the high ground up here and try to scout, but that's decent. If you're up on this high ground, you can actually you have sightlines of this right side. Let's go from the defending point of view. So right side, and you also have actually this is a really good position just because you have sightlines of everything. I like playing up here, actually, in Crow's Nest. It gives you sightline, and you can jump up here onto bridge, and it gives you basically easy sightlines of everyone. The only person you have to be scared about is the Zen shooting you a bit. But Crow's Nest is perfectly safe for Zen, because you can't get shot. And since you have Morningstar on BAP, she can shoot you in Crow's Nest too. So this is a really nice place to scout, if anything, because then Beetle doesn't really have to do anything, and he can just stand like lower Mega or like on top of your Bastion. And this is also one flight away, because you can make it to here. And so like if you transfer or transition when they push in from Crow's Nest to this upper high ground, it's perfect because, or the left high ground overlooking the Bastion, you can shoot down on anyone coming in, and you can also still see the right tunnel. 26. So you can tell I'm very bad at scrolling.
There's a Zen back there too.
Okay.
Okay, so this is more a matter of objective pressure and not kill pressure. Again, you were on the
Yeah,
objective.
I'm trying, but you gotta do something about it.
So here, you're on the objective. You're doing perfect. This is, and you are in cover because their team is somewhat more or less over here. Sorry about the specking, but they're more or less over here. You can just stand here. You don't have to really do anything. Yes, you kill the D.Va, but it's also a matter of, does it really matter if the D.Va gets back in mech here? Because fight is over, more or less. There's no Rein, there's no Zarya, and the D.Va's demeched, so there's no fight anymore. I mean, they're playing goats, they've lost. And so, you don't have to do anything to kill anyone, but you should just be standing on point, waiting for your Bastion to kill everyone else. And just, if they get close to the Bastion, you can shoot them then. But really, there's no point to using Fly to get over here, because like if the Zarya was still alive, or if the Zen gets like 5 lucky headshots on you or something, it's bad to get demeched. And so, yeah, I mean,
There's
I
a
didn't.
Zen back there too.
Okay.
It's like here, there was a call made that there's a Zen back here. You might have to go DM. There's enough people up that it doesn't really matter. I know you were trying to help Beetle over here, but just staying closer to your team. 27-20. Back 10.
Thank you.
Keep my eye. Keep my
On
eye.
you too.
So then there's also a matter of, let's see. You get 2, you're at half, Beetle's still alive.
Again,
You're fine. Just turret. I'm on you.
Okay, Beetle's not on point. You are getting demeched. So at this point, you need to tell someone that basically you need to tell someone that something bad is happening to you, because Beetle doesn't know that. I mean, Beetle's 2 inches away from his monitor and doesn't read the kill feed. So, like, tell him to get on point, basically, because he won't notice that you're out of mech and are getting killed. He needs to be told that, and I mean, Morningstar is close, so she could just step on for the 2 seconds it takes for Beetle to walk across to point. If he's playing Hammond here, he will be more on point, more like faster, so like Star wouldn't have to get out of position to do it. But he is also trying to peel for a Bastion, and so you need to tell someone that you are being demeched and hurt,
I'm on you.
and also can't pressure the objective.
Thank you.
Keep my eye. Keep my
On
eye.
you too.
So as you can see, they get percentage here, and Beetle puts himself in not the greatest position because he can't help our Bastion. We're not going to listen to me yelling here, because, yeah. So he puts himself not in great position because he's not able to test the point. That's what I yell about here, because give him a tick. So he could have waddled to point. Morningstar could have walked over here for the 2 seconds it takes to contest a little bit. And you needed to tell your team that you were getting absolutely wrecked over here. that is it for this defense. Next. Oh yes. My one note for 37 is don't be in front of the Rhine. That.
Yeah, just push. Fine. You're fine.
Yeah, this was okay. The Ursa didn't get. This was just bad. Like, you could be back here with your healers. It's good to be up here because you get closer damage, but I would basically always suggest being behind your Zarya, or if your Rhine is up, be behind your Rhine, and if your Zarya is up, be behind your Zarya. Or basically, if they're your front line, be behind them, because you are a damage dealer. If you are dead, you're not doing damage. So just play a little more passive, and you can get the same angles just being behind them. Yeah, that's it for the attack. You guys did well. Actually, no, you guys lost that one. It doesn't really matter. Okay, defense.
They do have a Sombra. Don't stand in the.
Okay, so this is my point here. So, you notice that they have a Sombra, because that's good. That's cool. Let's just watch your ult charge and the Sombra's ult charge. And we also know that here, the Sombra is the win con for them, because EMP wrecks bunker, right? And your ult is a very good defensive ult, or, yeah, it's a good defensive ult, basically. And so, won't really save you against a Sombra. It'll save you against a push, but it won't save you against EMP. But, yeah, let's just watch the ult charge. This is good spy checking. Very nice. You knew the Sombra was going to come behind. Not bad.
They do have a Sombra.
Okay, you start at 6, she starts at 7.
Don't stand in the.
Tanks need to
Ult
contest.
out.
On point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got her down low and she had to translocate. But she got 20% ult charge off you and you got 15. So that's not a great trade. If you can just spy check her and then sort of walk away, or let the Orisa or the Bastion handle it, or even just get out of sight or just be on the objective. Well, actually this was a good spy check, but you had to use boosters because you went and fought a Sombra to get on the objective. And so I'd rather you let Frode and Riley deal with the Sombra behind. Even actually Riley shouldn't, but Frode should, and Bap can deal with it. I'm gonna tell Star to actually use left click on Bap. But you should be able to not use fly to get to point, because you are going to need to use fly to get off of point or get away from point and not lose mech.
I'm contesting. Give us
It's
contesting.
not half yet. It's not half. We don't need it.
So see, as you immediately get demeched. So like, you probably, I didn't see, but you probably used some DM here, and you probably had less than half here. And so, if anything, use DM. But also, this is, if you had fly here and just dropped to this corner, you could just fly back up here, and Beetle's already down here at full health waiting to contest, so you could just fly back up here and rotate out for him, and Star and Slave will just get you immediately back up to full, because Star will put, 5 shots into you, and they'll hold left click, and you'll be at 600 in less than 2 seconds. 44:18. That's like 30 seconds from now.
Sombra went out.
Okay, so I said, why did you drop? Okay, you were up here, you dropped down here. I think you fly back up in. Yep.
Okay, we're gonna heal you.
Okay. So this is good positioning, good flyback, but you could also. Basically you did drop. That's fine. If let's not waste the cooldown. Okay, well you went to spy check Sombra. That's not bad. Morningstar should be doing that more. You could be over here slowing them down. Yeah, this is fine, actually. I did... Yeah. No, that's fine.
There we go, now again.
55... 5, 52. Ah, yes. Okay, so you see him whole hogging and then get hacked. That means he has no heal and he's at 400 health. You should have DM here, and he always says when he's hacked, more or less. I don't know. I don't remember if he says it here, but if you see his whole hog go off and the hack symbol go down because you're staring at him, you need to go help him because Star and Slave aren't going to save him. Well, and Giga basically aren't going to save him. You have to just walk down there or pop down there and just DM him around the corner. Because see how you... So he takes 200 damage walking around this corner. So, and is still hacked. So he can't heal. And so he's in a very bad spot. Basically, if he didn't take any damage walking around this corner, or just the tiny damage that the Brig's going to do to him, that would be wonderful here.
Calls.
Also, now it is your turn to walk down there and contest the objective. Because you just saw him get absolutely destroyed, and Star went to save him, because you can see the field on him, and his health going up. But now it is your turn to contest the objective when you see your hog get absolutely destroyed.
Reloading.
So yes, he is trying to contest the objective, but the field runs out, and where is Star?
Behind, D behind.
D.Va behind it.
No, Star's right here. So she popped the thing down here, but and he can't. Well, he can heal now, but he's going to.
You're fine. Bastion is fine.
You got him.
D.Va had him actually ran down.
So you have full health here. He has summit health. Your Bastion needs this sightline, basically, so the cart should have stopped right here, in front of Bookstore. And so anytime the hog is, since you have the high ground here and can see him, you can go help him and get him out of position. So even, you can basically force him to do things, more or less, is, I want him to stay around here, because you know, if he is here-ish, right? Or, let's go back even more. So here, he takes damage and gets hacked. He wants to walk away as more or less to safety, where he can heal up and stay safe, basically, and not die. So you have to pop down and get him out of that position, using resources to get him out of that position. But then also, you need to keep the cart here, so that they have to stay here to keep the cart moving. And they are gold, so they will stay here to keep the cart moving / kill you. And that gives you this Bastion as your damage. And so just think of it, if you are in Bastion's sightline, if you're standing like right under him, you have his damage and he's going to be shooting with you. Nice.
Calls.
So here, see the cart is starting to move because he's not on it. You just need to pop down and keep it from... You shouldn't let it turn this corner. So, what do you shoot at? Oh, you shoot at the D.Va. Okay, but you should not let it turn this corner. That's the whole point of this. Yeah, trading off card duty. 4707.
Yeah, you're good right there.
Okay.
Okay, this is where I yell about hitting tab and looking at their comp, because everyone is spy checking still, and these switches are instant. Anyway, we don't need to hear me scream about that. Oh, perfect. 30 seconds. Okay. Yep. Ooh, that's dirty.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay, this is what I talk about.
Good old.
Oh, they don't have Sombra anymore. We don't gotta worry about Spike.
Yeah.
Riley.
I won't use it if they.
Pew,
I won't
pew.
use it if they have
Pew,
tanks,
pew.
if their tanks are
Anyway.
dead.
That was hilarious to me. I'm sorry. 5208. Wait. Yeah, 5208. That's it for the defense. You guys won pretty easily. Good job. 52. Wait.
Alright, get pick, we win. Easy
I'm
peasy.
not.
Okay, as junk, the high ground is your friend because they can't do scary things to you or bad things to you. So this high ground right here, if their Zen is contested basically or is not shooting at you, this high ground you can just rain damage down from them.
With you.
So just I say just rain damage from far here. I don't see Junkrat bombs coming out.
You
It
would've opened
doesn't
it up.
really
Got some
matter.
more.
They're goats. What are they gonna do to you? This is
Alright,
my
if
point.
Pick, we win.
Okay, so you should just be firing. There's no reason to not be firing. If anything, it'll burn down the Ryan's resources because he's just gonna shield it. Okay, so in goats, basically why Junkrat is not a counter to it is because better teams will just trade off taking aggro from the junk bombs, and then it'll just be healed up, and then they'll have defensive ults faster than you guys will. But if the Ryan is shielding it, that doesn't count to their defensive resources, and so or defensive ults, and so it's burning resources. And then Beetle will always win the Ryan shield wars, which you guys should win automatically because you are junk. But you should just be shooting because this Ryan will position right here and hold shield.
Easy
I'm not
peasy.
with
It also allows, well, actually not really.
you.
Just rain shit
us
down
left.
on them. Ah, yes, thank you, Wise Me.
You can either rotate all the way around.
Sorry, I just fell.
What are? Okay, so here's fine. You guys should rotate up here, and drop down because junk always does well from the high ground because you can also drop if you hit a direct, basically, drop on them and kill them, especially on a squishy. Because if you hit a bomb on, actually Brig is probably the best target to drop on because no one can heal her quickly. She can only get a bubble. She can't pack herself, obviously. So, yeah. So here it's a really good point to do threat assessment of who can actually hurt you. And since we're going to be matching junk goats to their goats, or basically anytime they play goats, we're going to match it with junk goats. You need to know what threats can kill you. In against goats, it's D.Va and Zen. Zen is busy going to be shooting your Rhine shield because he needs to burn down resources. But I mean, if he sees you, he's going to start shooting you, hopefully. And the D.Va has to dive you. So you can also preempt, if you were going to sit right here on this high ground, preemptively trap, preemptively mine, because you can have 3 mine. You can preemptively mine and then use it when you have to use it to get out. And just start raining down damage because your Rhine could just slowly walk up and start swinging on the other Rhine. And what is he going to do? He's going to die. Yep. 52-44.
Fight.
Here, yeah.
Fight.
So you had to use conk. Damn it.
What?
Swinging.
Okay, so this is pretty good. I'm going to tell Beetle to always just say swinging when he's swinging, because this was good.
Swinging.
Trying to heal.
Do it.
So this is really good. You guys fought in this corridor. I think I told Frode not to countercharge, basically. I don't know why he charged here. He just went to Narnia. But this is when you either need to get in there with him, but most of your team can't do that. So this is where you need to instantly go, where are the threats? The D.Va is right here. I think the Zen's like over here too. So probably conking in is not, actually, yeah. Zen's right here. So conking in is probably not the best idea. I didn't see a bubble come out. I'm not really sure. I'm not watching that quickly. But your team can swarm them and maybe back up your Ryan.
Oh my god, I have no idea
Go,
what I
let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Get ready.
So this is good. You had to conk because I don't know why, but this is not bad. If you have 2 mines here, conk is a very good use of peel, especially when you don't have a D.Va and you are basically the peel. I told Frode to stay with the Rhine unless, so I don't know what, so see, Frode and Morningstar see this over here, and this is not a bad, like, sort of keep them off you guys, but you should, if you're going to do this and this is the call, conk in and then conk your Rhine, because it peels for him. So he hammered, good. So as soon as the hammer people get up or you see threats on him, you should conk him, meaning throw the mine into him and blow it up when it's on him, because it'll push everyone away. So it's basically a Lucio boop, except in all directions, and you can't really fuck it up. That also is a great peel, and even better than D.Va's boop. So, peel for him. Okay. Defense. Okay, so here, you all get pulled off and the Bastion dies. One of the best things to eat as D.Va is Orisa Orbs, because they can't do halt hooks. They won't do halt hooks, but if you're playing into a Bastion comp anyway, they can halt people above the shield. Okay, that's a little high for Scrub Cup, but they'll halt people above the shield. Actually, no, it's not. But anyway, they'll halt people above the shield and destroy them with an anti-nade and Bastion fire. But eat the orbs, because they're... Just think of them as very intense damage, and basically should be on par with eating Moira orbs. Actually, even higher, because halt hooks are something you can't DM and blah 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 blah, but just eat Orisa orbs. It really pisses her off anyway.
Let's.
They up the swords. Halt.
Okay, I have no idea why you went junk here, but it worked out. But D.Va is probably better.
He's one.
Wait.
And yeah.
Riley, I'm expecting you.
Okay, I have no idea why you went soldier here. Especially, well, yeah, especially into this comp, you should know that you need. Well, shield break's not bad. They have, yeah, you should use DM to save your Bastion here instead. So like him, since you actually know they don't have a Bastion, just destroying the turret more or less, or just breaking the shield so you can shoot behind it for free, because they have no non-range damage. So, like Azaria. So they have to shoot into your DM. So if you just hold it on him for 2 seconds, he gets that for free. But Soldier's fine. It worked out. Well, I'm not going to say Soldier's fine. It worked out. 22. Oh, this is when I start speccing you, because I have no idea why you aren't firing.
They're on point
Okay, tape down your M1 key here.
already.
Alright, we have high ground advantage. Just fill that.
So, when the call is for Anchor Ryan, and you have a better position sitting here or here to just shoot down into them, this is also part of the threat assessment of, yes, the Zen will be shooting up, but he can't one-shot you anyway. So no one's going to push you, especially if your Ryan is about to drop into here and fill this corridor with big people. Because you just need to fill this with damage, and you should be shooting.
Anchor Ryan.
There goes.
So see, the call was for Anchor Ryan, you immediately start walking towards him, which is fine, good. But you have shot once. You just need to keep shooting into it.
There goes.
So you shot on the bridge. You need to feel here, you need to stand here or here to get shots into there. Or you can even drop. I mean, just put shots into there. But just
Yeah.
pump
I
it
got
down
this
into
one.
them.
Easy lemons.
See, so I mean, wise me is annoyed.
Alright, tell us when you want to drop, or what,
Alright.
what are we doing?
We're gonna drop in 3.
Yeah, so see, here, you should be burning out the resources. Your bombs are going here. So here, your team is halfway here anyway. So these are fine positions. Even down here, if you set a conch mine down there anyway, that could be a nice bait into resources expended from them to get off point. So one of the great things is you can always set conch mines. Like I think I said this before, but if you wanted to drop down here and just start shooting into them, you could just drop right here, set a conch mine, and just start shooting from it. And if they push you or you get low, you just conch back. I think we just let this play
2,
out.
1.
Well, you
Right
better be
side drop
shooting.
it.
This is when I start specking you, because I really don't think you had an M1 button there.
Is the Reinhardt in your back line?
I'm resting you.
Okay, here, your Ryan is in more trouble than their Ryan, so you should be conking him. And so you can throw a conch mine, shoot it, throw a conch mine, shoot it, or not shoot it, fuck, ignite it, whatever, blow it up, and your healers could probably get to him. So here, you should be conking him. So you do. Good. See how far everyone moved? Great. You should do it again in literally half a
I'm
second.
getting red.
So here, he's discorded. You should be conking over here or just peeling for him with a conk mine. Because your mines aren't going to do enough damage to kill everyone.
I need red.
God.
Killing bonus. You know what?
How long do I let this play out for? I think the whole
You're all straight.
Oh wait, I do have a thing. Yeah, also traps. Traps are a thing. Throwing them on the edge of point here would be perfect because they either have to take time to shoot it. Your going in after your Rhine is fine, but you could be back here. Actually, let's just get a nice overview of the point. So your Rhine was in here. You were right here. You could have just been in right here shooting into them. Yes, you wouldn't be able to conk him. You could walk up and conk him out, but if you're not going to actively peel for him, basically use both mines to actively peel for him, you can just be back here because one mine is hopefully enough. Also, traps are a thing. You could just throw a trap down anywhere. Doesn't really matter. If you get into a fight, just press E. Yeah, I think we wait a little bit and then yell this fire.
We got picked.
Okay, so you have both tanks up here, and the only person who's dead is Frode because both of them are here. You could tire. You could win this fight and just tire. Because you see, well, he's just left clicking, so he probably doesn't have anything. She just used bubble, so just tire. Just sit right here, tire, win the fight.
It's a good trade. It's fine trade.
Just tire!
Yes, my point. 24-16. Perfect.
There's a Zen left side all by himself.
What is my point here? You don't always need to be on your Ryan's ass. Ah, yes.
Group up, group up, group up. Anchor Ryan.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't get the
She's
TV.
stunned. Go.
Okay, so you could just put shots right in here. That's fine. You don't need to be with him. I would suggest not playing literally on your Ryan. That's Frode's job, not yours. So, droppings here, fine. He got booped. You could have, I mean, I think the call was tire bomb, right? So, that's fine. You need to drop, but you don't need, you can't, no, not here. You just let them drop. Give them like half a second to get cooldowns used on them, more or less, and then drop, because those cooldowns won't be used on you.
There's a Zen left side all by himself.
Or won't put you out of position to get absolutely destroyed, because as goats, they should have destroyed you here. They should have just run at you because your team's over here. That was amazingly free just transition.
Okay, he's back.
That was a nice bubble.
Just back.
This was a good call. You should play not reactively. You should play actively. Fuck it, that's a word now. You should, and also when you die the next time, you say we have grab bomb still, if it comes to that, and that's not great, but we'll talk about that when it gets to that.
Anchor
There we
Ryan.
go.
Next one.
25-15. Also this.
I say we just play to the back of this point.
Okay, well,
Yep.
Don't get picked by Zen.
nice trap. Even though I got destroyed. Good conk mine. You have another one up. I would suggest using it.
That did nothing. Anchor Ryan. Anchor.
So, even though it did save your Ryan, if you are in a grab and have conk mines, just use them because it gets their Ryan off you.
Ryan needs to win.
Yeah, I don't know how he died. That was, I mean, yes, he charged in your point, but Jesus, that was a good conk mine, I guess.
I lost all right.
Anchor Ryan.
This diva, I don't know what she was doing, but her team's over here. Well, over there. And so you shouldn't tunnel on this. I mean, Zarya, fine, but you shouldn't tunnel on this. You should tunnel on the...
He was on point. He was on our board.
See, so there's a Brig right here. There's a Zarya over here. You should be tunneling onto point where your Rein is because you are peel for him. You also have 2 conch mines still. So you count the conch mines as peel for your Rein.
I'm dying.
My point. Well, I mean, that's also just beetle. But my point. 2607.
Get back fast.
Yeah, that was an unlucky peek. Sorry.
I'm not gonna try, Missy.
And worst case scenario, just, you know, we have bomb grab.
No. You are at, well, not really. But once you get back, actually, you'll be at 1 fight territory because it'll be 85%. And that's when you actively use grab bomb because you want to win this point. And so you want to...
I mean, you use that to.
Yeah, so I say you use that to win. You can just throw them in front of you. They will, if you just toss them in front and just det as they fall beneath you, basically as soon as you can, you'll be fine jumping. 2648.
Focus, Ryan.
Anchor our Rein.
Happening. Unluckies.
Anchor our Rein.
Let's get them. Back up,
Nice.
back up, back up. We got it this point. Alright, break.
Break.
Lucio's one.
Kill them all.
Divas.
Anchor our Rein. Our Rein needs healing.
Divas one.
What was my point? 2648. Oh, I can't. Well, I don't know. The unlucky Lucio boop. That was just unlucky. 3056. Oh yeah, I remember this. You getting ult percentage. This isn't 1 fight territory. 85% to 90% is 1 fight territory because they can't get back. That's just like 85 is the hard limit on that because that's you can still reasonably group up and get there. So if you get it to 87%, that makes it very difficult for them to get across and get there. You guys won this, so I mean, I don't have a lot of soldier focus for you. You shot the Pharaoh well. Good job. Yeah, but I'm not saying the stagger wasn't bad. It's good. It's fine to get ult percentage here, but just be wary that 78% is not 1 fight territory. So like, if you're going all out to like get it, you can't go all out at 78% because you like basically if you're trying to retake the point and they're at like 25%, you can't go all out because there's still technically a fight left for them. Yeah, that's yep. Actually I covered everything. Yeah, this ended up being like a page and a half, but I am now out of notebook stuff. Yep, overall good job. I think